Hey, Ines!
Hello.
How how are you? It's so great to see you.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, tired, excited, good. All the spectrum of emotions, I suppose. Um, I know it's late where you are, so we can dive right in. You're coming at us from your home in Phnom Penh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm at home in Phnom Penh, yes.
Yay, it looks great. I see you got some plants going on. The
Yeah.
place looks great. I think you had just moved in when we visited you. Is it
Yeah.
is
It's
it fe-
growing more now.
it's feeling like home?
Yeah, messy like home.
Awesome. So tell us, what have you been up to in the years since we visited you? You were actually one of the last countries we filmed in, so you're more recent than a lot of the other filmmakers we featured, but it was still, I think it was exactly 2 years ago almost, right?
Eh, yeah, it's feel yeah, 2 years.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
crazy. Because I keep getting these Google photo, here's where you were 2 years ago, and it keeps showing me our trip to Cambodia. So I think we left around like this time. So we were there around June, early July of 2023, which is,
Happy anniversary.
yeah. So what have you been working on in those 2 years? What's your life been like? Is it pretty much the same, or what's new, what's not?
Well, it's been it's been something because after that I got into I think last year I got a grant to make my short film
Mm.
and it's a grant in Hong Kong, which is a really good one. And I made a short film. I got some funding from Europe. Particularly in Toulouse. So I've been traveling to France to edit my shorts and Hong Kong to do my post production. So it was a very fun years. Yeah, last year and yeah, and I'm right at this moment. I'm planning another short. And at the same time developing a feature. So, yep,
Well,
have to keep going.
that's amazing. Really big congrats on the grant. Can you tell us about that short, what it's about? Did you finish it already? Is it already out there?
It's finished and we're applying to a festival now. So it's called Homecoming Wave.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what's it about, if you can tell us?
It's about well, the theme is about human trafficking.
You're light.
uh, Very light. And it's a story of a survivor returning home and how home is not home anymore.
Hmm. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see it. When it is like out there, let us know and we can try and spread the word if it's in festivals or if it is eventually available to watch. Definitely let us know. And, and you're working on a second film? Another short now?
Yeah, literally breaking down the budget and everything now. So, no, that one is I got a commission from a producer and she's a Khmer American and we want to tell the story of a family who ran to the border during Khmer Rouge. Yeah, so it's another light subject, which is it's life and death, and yeah, it's yeah, we're planning. We're at this moment, we're planning November or something to shoot. Yeah.
And are you still collaborating with Deepan, was it? The Nepali?
Uh, yeah, I mean, we have some project developing together, but it's gonna take some time.
Tell him I said hi. I really liked meeting him. Uh,
I
and definitely share the information once it's out. I want him to be able to see the episode as well because I remember he was really proud of you. He was glad that you did the project. Um, he was nice. Anyway, so I remember back when we met, you were kind of feeling like you were caught between these two worlds of like some people thought like I think you said something like the art house people felt you were too commercial and the commercial people felt you were too art house. And you were kind of doing a little bit of both in your filmmaking. Do you still feel that way or do you feel like you're leaning more towards one or the other? Not that I think it matters. I think it's good to have a mixture of both, but um do you feel like you're leaning more on that art house route now that you have these grants and opportunities, or you still kind of straddle between the two, or what?
I mean, it's an adventure, I think, and it's a it's an adventure, and I think it's keep me exploring more of the this world of cinema, I would say, and I cannot. I think because I have to make a living, right? And I have to do commercial. I mean, commercial as not like it's like, doing like small video here and writing for digital city over there and at the to keep me alive to do my own project. And it's a I think it's a lifetime journey to explore these things. So I tend to I mean that perception might still be alive somewhere here, but I think I'm more realize that it's a lifetime to explore.
Yeah. I think any filmmaker would say that that journey of discovering who you are as a filmmaker just keeps growing as you continue forward. Which is a beautiful thing because I think it keeps us active and engaged. If we have to keep pushing our own boundaries of who we are as filmmakers, it keeps us engaged in that process in a deeper way, I guess, throughout the lifetime. Um, I'm well, first of all, I'm really happy to hear how good you're doing, how good that you're making the films, you're fighting for it. I think that's awesome that you're getting these opportunities. I'm really happy. What about Cambodia? Have things changed in Cambodia, do you feel, or is it still same there?
I mean, it's I would say with the new government or the new government with the new leadership, I think it's there's something that about cinema and film and the industry that has been this topic has been popped up in their meeting very quite often. They see their I think I feel they see the important of it. So I hope something is happening in the very near future. Hopefully. And yeah, it's but yeah, it's in the process again. It's taking some time.
Yeah.
Cinema is not like very priority and yeah.
I guess, I mean, it's so funny because we left right before the elections and then there was a transfer of power, I guess you would say, to the son, right? Do you think like the fact that there is someone younger in power might help with the cinema or with, progress for the country?
That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm praying for.
If you could do anything, like if money, time, resources wasn't an issue, if you could do anything, what projects would you be working on?
But I don't believe that. First of all, I don't believe I would fall into that situation anytime soon. So I would do the same thing. And it because even you have all the thing you ever want, you still every story take its time to develop and get it done properly and in a really articulated way. So it still again will take its time.
And do you have any favorite memories from when we came and filmed with you? Anything particular stand out about our time together or the shoot or anything?
Well, I think I remember we walk a lot under the heat and sun. Eh,
Yeah,
uh,
that is a challenge of filming in Southeast Asia is the heat and humidity and like the tropical weather is it's beautiful, blue skies all the time, but man, that you sweat.
yeah, I admire you guys who like keep walking with me. Yeah. I mean, we had a fun boat ride.
Yeah, that was cool. It's very, I guess, a very touristy thing to do that we try to avoid, but in a place like that, it's nice. It's nice to get on the river and see such an important part of Phnom Penh is the river. I mean, that was fun. Oh,
Oh,
there's a fly on my camera. Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I enjoyed, I don't know if it was the same day even or another day, but going to your apartment and having some snacks and drinks with you, that was really nice. And even though we didn't get to spend much time with you, we went to Bottom Bong because of you, because you were there. So that was really neat to see the S Arts Fest and to see you in the parade and to see all the break dancing and we did end up going to the Tiz and I went to the circus to the fair, so that was really special, really impressive. Um,
yeah,
I think it's things that people internationally don't think about Cambodia. You think about either your history or you think about especially Angkor Wat and the temples, which is absolutely amazing, and I hope everyone can go see them. But we don't know things about like the circus and some of the more artistic things that are all throughout the country. It's really an incredibly diverse, eclectic country. Um, I really like it, and
yeah. It's such a artistic province.
So what was it like to be the one being filmed instead of being the director on this, being behind the camera? I know, I know you were very hesitant to if I can tell this story, like y you were somebody who actually said, I love the project, I think it's great, but I'm not the person for you. I don't want to be on camera. I remember that, and I wasn't even sure you actually would be the person because you really, we didn't want to push you into something you were uncomfortable with. But I'm glad we stuck with you because generally if someone says, okay, I'm like hands down, I don't want to be on camera, I respect that. But there was something you just kind of kept circling back and saying, well, maybe, well, maybe, well, maybe. And I'm so glad that you actually did it because, first of all, I got to know you and I think you're fabulous. And I love your film work and you're just I'm really glad you did it. Um, but
Uh,
tell me your experience.
I wonder how long does it take for you to edit?
No, you were great. I mean, that's the funny thing is when we met you, like I expected you to be so shy and so timid, but you were the opposite. Like you were very personable, very outgoing, very spunky, if I may say that. So it's funny because like the whole time it's like, okay, this is someone who's really shy. She doesn't want to be on camera. I get that. But your personality, like on and off camera, actually was the opposite. You just really shine as like a very you shine you would come across on the episode as someone we just want to know. Like somebody who doesn't know you like wants to be your friend because you just have this um I don't know, you have this sparkle, I guess.
Thank you. I it take me some time to watch that episode you sent me. I'm like, oh my God.
It's hard. I know it's hard to see ourselves on camera, and I tell all the filmmakers in these discussions, like I really personally don't like being on camera either, and it's probably hard to believe since this whole series has me in every episode. But, you know, one reason
Right.
I do it is because it's the way, I want to be engaging with the filmmakers, and it's our access point in, but if it were up to me, I wouldn't be on camera either. I would just be directing fiction, actually. I just want to keep directing fiction now. But um so I get it.
But thanks to you, you build this. I think we build a trust that I think I could, express freely without more judgment. I guess because
That's
it's like it's it. I grow up with this, boundary and stuff. So all of this, every word you say, and all of that, it's it cannot like leave you in a day. It's just stay and yeah, I mean, you build uh, we build some trust, and
well, what was it? I'm glad you said that. Thank you, because I think that's important for any filmmaker, whether it's fiction or and especially documentary. But I I think for me, because my number one priority has always been to form a relationship with each of these filmmakers and to genuinely get to know you and your country and your home, that for me, like, yeah, it's great if we capture that on camera, but I'd be okay if the cameras were off, and oftentimes the cameras were off. Um, because for me, it really was about forming a connection, a relationship, learning more, forming this support network, and that's hard as a doc when you're really, also doing a documentary and have to deal with budget and time and things like every filmmaker has to deal with. So it's like it's not a practical way to approach it, but I wasn't doing this project truly to just make a film. I was doing it truly to make these connections. And um I think that's where also hopefully some of the trust comes in, because it's like if you see that it's more than about having the cameras on, then we can form a genuine relationship even in a short time. Like I wish we had more time together, especially you. Um we and you were generous with your time, but you're a busy woman, we so it would have been nice to have even more time, but at the same time I think we did do a lot with the time we had, and it makes it special and memorable for me anyway. Um And I appreciate your, like, I think that's one thing that's really great about your episode too, is you are speaking very frankly about things that are sometimes hard to speak about, but in a way that still shows like a joy. And I think that's the funny thing is, sorry, I'm rambling a lot on this one. The funny thing is, like in your episode, the obvious like elephant in the room is the Khmer Rouge, and we didn't want it just to be about the Khmer Rouge, but there needs to be a certain amount of context that's provided for an audience that doesn't really know the history. And yet we didn't want to show Cambodia as a place that was just this depressed place living out of this past, because it's not. I mean, Cambodia is one of the most joyful, welcoming, places I've ever been. And whether that's just my outsider's perspective or whether that's true, I don't know, but it's always felt like a genuinely joyful place in the present time. So we wanted to show a modern reality of someone like you who smiles and laughs and is joyful, and not make it seem like we're just stuck on this dark past. But it's a hard balance in the edit, you know? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, what you say is, I agree with you. I haven't left yet, so it has to be something.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
Yeah,
I think because also it's a very incredibly young population. Um, And which is funny because now someone in their mid to late 30s is older than most of the population, right? Which is rare in most countries. But there's something about that youthfulness that I think also there's a youthful energy in Cambodia that I think also makes it quite unique to the energy pushing society forward, I guess, and the arts and driving the arts. Um,
yeah, we start to believe that age is just a number. So everyone is like behaving like they're 18 or 19, including me.
No, but it's great. I'm really I guess the long of the short of it is I'm really glad you did end up deciding to do the episode and I think you're great in it and on camera. And I also think you're a filmmaker who's worthy of having your work out there and having your work seen because I think it's really strong, compelling stuff. So I hope you keep getting these opportunities like the grants and um it's amazing you're getting to travel and I think it's all just wonderful.
Thank you.
And I'm glad and again, I'm glad it was you and I think one of the challenges is I mean, I hate to say it, but like being a woman filmmaker, sometimes the lens isn't always on the women filmmakers. Um and so the fact that you really are the main character in the Cambodia episode, I think is important because they're incredible. Like the male filmmakers we feature are incredible too. I really like them all, but it's nice to have a spotlight shine on a woman filmmaker from your region.
So whoever watching, I mean, that's only it's not majority women in Cambodia. It's a filmmaker.
Yeah, I mean it is I think it is subconsciously in some places harder for a woman to say, okay, film me, put the spotlight on me. Not because the women think any less of themselves. It's just not been the norm. I don't know. I'm not trying to say there's this huge divide. Um, but we did notice in subtle ways, like even if we just put out a call to say a film commission, and I'm not talking about Cambodia per se, but like we put out a call to a film commission or to a university or to a film institute within a country, you know, unless I distinctly say, and we're looking for women filmmakers because we weren't. It was everybody, but generally speaking, the names we would get back would be men. So I had to learn over time that if I truly wanted an equal representation, I had to specifically request, like, oh, like, do you know any really groovy women filmmakers in addition to the male filmmakers? And it sounds silly, but I think it's just an old subconscious thing where the people running these institutions just subconsciously think of the male names before the female names. I don't know why. Um,
Yeah, it's really tricky, like it's sometimes it's I might have said it before, but when we don't have the opportunity and at it, I mean, and by default, whoever do more would have produced a really good work, right? And then whoever got less opportunity would have been seen as she or he didn't do much. And so the achievement is nothing to compare to someone who have done so much already. So by default, we're keep like pushing to the corner all the time because from the very beginning, there's the shining one is not us. So it's it's really tricky when it comes to like measure or to if someone who have to recommend someone, they would have like, oh, it's this person is good, responsible, or have achieved a lot and stuff like that. But when comparing to like the other gender which doesn't have those opportunity in the first place, of course she's not gonna be standing out. It's by default. I don't know to how to even like analyze that. It's tricky.
Yeah, so I didn't mean to go into this big philosophical thing.
Yeah.
But I think no, I think that's the beauty of these casual talkbacks is they can go in any direction. Uh anything I think I asked you the main questions I ask everybody. Is there anything else you want to bring up or talk about or mention that we haven't discussed?
Um, Nothing particularly. Yeah, nothing particularly. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's life is life. It's I come to realize this struggle is something that we all endure, and it's very universal struggling, and we have to keep on it. It's a pain, and it's also a part of something that the creator is trying to, push it through. If something come really easy, probably sometime I appreciate the struggling part to, like, to not forget what you really want to be, or to not forget the core of what you want to do. So yeah, nothing to complain.
I I think that's great. I hope one day, film students or other film directors who want to other young people want to make films watch these because I think you and a lot of the other filmmakers in the project are just such a strong testament to having a passion, having a dream, and just persevering no matter what. And to see that it's possible, even if difficult, I think is really important. Even if you're not a filmmaker, even if you're just someone out in the world trying to figure out the chaos of the world right now, it just helps to know that there are people like you out there who are pushing through and following your dreams and persevering and making it happen. So, um, this is Stephanie's corny day, but it's true, you know. So thanks. I'm just so happy that we got this chance to connect and thanks for being a part of the episode. It's really a worthwhile one and we'll bid adieu to the audience. But thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.